Welcome back to the Tavern. Humanity made one catastrophic mistake. We assumed animals would behave professionally. What I mean by that is people always imagine a talking animal society as cute and wholesome. Nobody talks about the goose TSA agent abusing its authority, or raccoons learning lockpicking. Actually, we talk about that in the normal world without this, don't we? But anyhow, or chimpanzees discovering energy drinks and organized crime. And the second velociraptors learn how automatic doors work, civilization lasts maybe 11 minutes, right? Because fantasy worlds are fun until instinct, caffeine, and customer service collide. Tonight in the Tavern, on episode 526, Zootopia Meets Reality, we ask which animals would absolutely destroy society the moment they got opposable thumbs and employment. What do you think?
Put that long day behind you. Good times lie ahead. With company worth keeping, that'll bash a smile on your head. Come on in, the door's open. You'll find just the finest folks here. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, and lend our stories your ear. Cause we're the talk the tavern. Here you're always welcome. The talk the tavern. Promising beer and bedlam. The talk the tavern. Music, medicine, then some. The talk the tavern. The song's over. Here we come.
And welcome to the Tavern. I am Travis Sivart. I am your host, and I am a hot mess of being lost. There we go. I'm pulling up my notes. What do I got today? I got a gin and tonic in my Nollins glass. I love this glass. It's so thick on the base. It's chunky. It's solid. This glass is like...
Me.
We're going to say Ed, just for safety's sake. I love to put my mouth on it. Wait. No, that is like Andre. What? Huh?
I hear that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
From me or other people complaining about me?
Mm.
It's hard
No
to say.
comment.
I'm excited about this topic. So let's roll over to Kevin. What do you got?
I am drinking Sprite Zero and nibbling on a lemon drizzle cake.
How's that cake?
It's good.
No.
Yeah, really good.
Is it a drizzle or is that just a word?
No, so the lemon drizzle cake, what you normally do is you make a lemon sponge, so you put zest in the sponge, but you then make like a lemon-infused sugar syrup, and when the sponge comes out of the oven and it's still warm and porous, you pour the lemon sugar syrup over the top so it soaks into the top of the sponge.
So it's like garlic butter when you're making garlic bread.
Yeah, okay, strange analogy, but yes, kind of the same thing. Yeah, you're basically pouring something that's hot and liquid on something porous, so it soaks in. So it's not just a coating on the surface of the cake; it infuses the top third of the cake with lemon.
Well, that also
and then
sounds
it's
like
iced.
Go on. Never mind.
And then it's lemon icing on the top as well.
Okay. Pass it on.
Andrea, what are you drinking tonight?
So tonight, again, I am having some non-alcoholic wine, also known as juice. And I know you're going to ask the vintage. It is V8 Splash Fruit Medley.
What year? July.
July.
I'm curious to know. I'm curious to know what fruits are in the medley.
Cuba.
Let's see. Pineapple, apple, orange, and cherry. It's a medley.
No banana.
Ed.
What do you have, Ed?
Nobody's passing shit on tonight.
I'm having a damn party. I got some grapes and some Kit Kats and a Reed's extra ginger ale. This is really.
It's got a little spicy bite to it, right?
Yeah.
How's that go with the grape? Because you got green grapes, right? So they're a bit tart.
It's a good mix. Good combination there.
Okay.
And I'm chasing it all down with some Elijah Craig. Thank you again, Travis. This was a birthday present from him a couple years ago.
I wish I
And
kept it now. Thanks.
I just cracked it open about a month or so ago, and yeah, it's one of my favorites.
It seems to be. Now, is that something that wasn't a limited edition? So you can get more of that, right?
It was a single barrel, but no, not limited. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, let's get an opening toast and get talking some shit about some shit. Hey, here's to our little fuzzy buddies. May they never get to our level, because they would be smart enough to off our asses.
Here, here.
So, this episode of Talk of the Tavern is about... Okay, we've all seen Zootopia and or Narnia or any of these talking, walking, clothes-wearing animal shows. Rocket Raccoon. Bedknobs and Broomsticks was another great one where they went to the... But let's talk about what if...
Oh, I thought that was a sex movie.
Hey, don't put that there.
Okay.
It's... They have whole people who make their living on TikTok by saying, don't put that there. So,
Okay.
That's it. Zootopia. Let's talk about what if Zootopia was real and it blended with our world. In other words, we had intelligent, sentient, bipedal animals incorporated into our world. Let's talk about what this would look like, how it would change our world, what modifications we would... Yes, Andrea?
I have a question. Is this just animals, or does that include insects? Because I've seen a bee's life and a bug's life.
Oh, that's a good question. And would the insects be our size, or would they be insect size? Why would you start this? This is like a horror movie now.
Yeah, it's a horror movie. Oh, hell no. More ammo.
If I see a 6-foot cockroach...
This is not Men in Black. Those are aliens.
It's an Edgar suit.
An Edgar suit.
It's, no, let's say not insects.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just going to say... Yeah, Ed.
Oh, I want to start it off with a question that Ralphie posted.
Okay.
If Zootopia met reality, would having pets be considered immoral?
Yes. Yes, I think that's a great place to start. That would be... Well, I don't know. It depends.
Would we be their pets?
Yeah, really.
I don't know if it'd be necessarily considered automatically immoral, but I think it would become very much a situation where you would have laws created because we would now require consent. There might be quite a lot of animals who are like, this is a plush life. How many cats do you think are going to make the choice between sitting on their ass doing fuck all in your house all day and being fed, or going out and having to hunt for themselves? Although, as we were saying before the show, this is kind of irrelevant because if all animals become sentient, cats will eventually rule us all anyway. But
yep.
Can you imagine if cats could open doors? Just like, I'm in,
Some do.
So,
I'm out. I'm in, I'm out. I'm in, I'm out.
There was a famous British milk advert for a company called Cravendale who make milk in this country, which was exactly that. It was cats developing opposable thumbs, and it's incredibly sinister. And if you've never seen it after the show, just go to YouTube and Google Cravendale opposable thumbs. It was quite a famous advert at the time.
Yeah, it's
great. We're dead the moment cats figure out how to operate without us.
But since you guys brought it up with could we own pets or not, let's go here. You ready?
That's slavery.
Would it be okay to have sex with them since they could give consent, or would that still be bestiality? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be covered by the same premise. You know, assuming they can efficiently communicate with us and provide consent, I don't see why it couldn't happen.
How many elephants are there going to be in porn?
How many are there now?
I actually know a joke about an elephant in porn, but it's beyond even talk of the tavern, so I'll save that one for off air.
Really? You want to drop a note in Discord so you can tell us when we're off air?
We'll remember.
Yeah,
I think you've told this on air like 10 years ago.
maybe, but yeah, I'm conscious of the fact we're on Twitch at the moment.
Yeah. Well, also
I don't want to break any
2014.
community guidelines.
Yeah, 2014 was very different from 2026.
No.
We've been
Yeah, it
doing
was
this a
before the
long
world
time, yeah.
reinvented themselves.
Yeah.
I feel like we need the comic book thing on the bottom. See last episode. Where they'd always tell you, check out this for that reference.
Kennedy says, has anyone seen Love, Death, and Robots?
Yes.
There's an episode with 3 robots with the cats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They're one of my favorites because it's just so believable. But yeah, that there's like is it 3 or 4 series they've done of that now, and there's very few in there that aren't brilliant. There's some great short storytelling in those.
Really?
Absolutely.
I didn't know they had more than one season.
Yeah, I think they're up to 4 now.
Wow.
Definitely 3 at least.
Andrea?
So, would this be like the musical Cats?
I'm just imagining going to DMV and the feline behind the counter is like, hey, welcome to DMV. What can I want to see my butthole?
Or 2. Sorry, furball.
No.
You think it gets their attention when they're 14 pounds? Imagine what it's like. Okay, so what kind of animals would be best for certain jobs? Like police force. What would be good animals for the police force? Are we looking like
Rottweilers.
rhino? Huh?
Rottweilers.
Dogs. Yeah, dogs in general.
Yeah, they're natural.
Human policemen can't smell the cocaine in your pocket.
Oh,
Dogs got the edge
man.
already.
That would change
Oh, yeah.
the drug trade
Oh,
so
yeah.
much.
You could have literal drug mules.
Yeah, and also TSA. TSA just
Just
needs
a
to be
mule on a
sniffers.
street corner with a hand-rolled cigarette. Hey, man.
What about those animals
you
that
in
could
neighborhood.
smell cancer? Can you imagine the dog working at the MRI center being like, oh, this guy.
But
You're done
what if
for,
your
buddy.
insurance doesn't pay for it, so he can't tell you?
You just hope he tells you when he meets you at Starbucks.
Talk about a CAT scan.
All right.
Okay, if you're going to make the cat scan joke, I should point out that any opinion from a dog is automatically a lab report.
That's right. That's right. But actually, that would be great for medical stuff. Because
Yeah.
animals, we have proof that certain dogs could smell certain types of cancer.
Mhm.
I don't think that...
Also, there are service animals that can let someone know when a seizure's coming on
Right.
That's true.
or things like that. So, yeah.
My wife used to
So
have one.
before the advent of AI, which they now use to speed up screening processes for things like analyzing thousands upon thousands of, skin cell samples for cancer, they actually once trained a group of pigeons to do exactly the same job. They literally showed themselves, and then those that were correctly identified as being cancerous earned them a food reward, and within weeks they had nearly the same success rate as the humans genuinely employed to do the same screening process. And it took them weeks to learn it. So there's the potential, I think, out there for, if not better intelligence than humans, because I'm assuming, for the purposes of this conversation and this show, we're going to assume that animals are roughly on the same intelligence level as us, give or take.
So, what
But
I'm
there's
hearing is
certainly-
healthcare wouldn't have to pay them in money, so they would save money.
You could pay them in seed.
Yeah.
No.
But what I'm trying to suggest is there may be untapped fields we haven't considered in terms of how an animal might perceive a problem differently
Right.
to a human being.
Hmm.
Because of different life experiences.
Okay, I got to read this one real quick.
Go ahead.
Kennedy says, imagine cats at the DMV pushing your license off the counter over and over.
Or the bartender.
Okay, I worked at DMV. Andrea, that's funnier. I worked at DMV, and let me tell you, there are times you want to push their shit off your counter because they would stack like goddamn luggage on that little 2 foot by 2 foot space you have. But
I'd be
yeah,
interested if they kept all the same conventions, even though they knew humans didn't carry them out, just because they could get away with it as animals.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I know you humans aren't into this, but I'm going to do it because it's what you expect from me. Like, you serve a cat in a restaurant, and he pays the bill, and afterwards you realise he hasn't left you a tip. It's just a dead sparrow.
which is now murder.
Yeah.
Good point.
Or the cat that is the bartender or works at Starbucks, and they're like, got a coffee latte, double whip for Andrea.
So how would that change the grocery store experience? There wouldn't be a meat section, would there?
Oh, bullshit.
Well,
It'd be murder and how would it?
you do have carnivores, though. You do have
I was
predators in the animal kingdom.
That's what I was just going to say. Yeah, but it'd be staffed entirely by like lions and tigers and wolves and stuff. Yeah.
Oh my!
I can
Or
see them
one
upselling,
sheep with
really.
a psychotic look in its eyes.
You cannot get lamb fresher in the city. I promise you, madam. I slaughtered it with my own teeth this morning.
In other news, 14 sheep have gone missing in downtown L.A.
Oh yeah, if they donate their body to science or the grocery store.
Oh man, imagine the reparations we would have to pay for animal testing all these years.
I hate that word.
Also, if
Moving
they're
on.
going to become more human-like, see, the interesting assumption there was that 14 sheep have gone missing and someone has killed them. They could have just gone on a spring break trip to Mexico and be off their head on mezcal somewhere.
It could be. Could be they're just off grazing and
Jumping.
then the county over. That's right. Somebody put a fence, fell asleep, 14 sheep jumped it, and off they go.
No, they jumped and he fell asleep. They fell asleep. Yeah. Anyway, carry on.
So what jobs would certain animals be really bad at? What jobs should certain animals never get? Like elephants in porn would be a good example, I think.
Giraffe helicopter pilot.
Gynecologist.
Who for gynecologist?
Blue whale.
You worried about big thumbs. Woof.
No, proctologist. Bad idea for like one of the apes or gorillas.
Or a rhino.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anything that has to do with any bodily orifice. But those little birds rhinos hang out with would be great for dentistry.
Don't bite the dentist.
I mean, you think that it's weird. You could have all kinds of beauty treatments because we've already got those little Japanese fish where you can put your feet in the tank
Yes.
and they eat all the dead skin
Right.
off your feet. So, assuming animal consent implied at all stages, obviously, how long before we start seeing other animal-related beauty treatments and other
Oh, they
things
already have
where?
that.
But what I mean is humans would find a way to turn animal behavior and animal characteristics into a way to make profit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Snails.
Yeah.
Snails for
Snails,
facial
yeah.
just still be running along. I'm just
Kennedy
kidding
says
around that.
monkeys should not work in sanitation and certainly not cleaning bathrooms.
There we go. There we go. But they'd be great at working on telephone lines or radio towers. Certain construction of, high-rise buildings. You definitely want
There
some
is
of the...
a job that pays like so much money for one day's work. And it's changing the light bulb on the top of those towers so airplanes don't hit it.
Yep.
Now we could just use a giraffe with a head torch.
That would be great in warehouse work, just to have the giraffe walking around going, I got the light bulb. And then reaches up with the front legs and it's all T-Rex because it can't reach that high.
We'd transform the face of war as well. You think drones are cheap to produce? Have you seen how many starlings there are in a swarm? We can get just some tiny little C4 charges on those boys.
Just stuff them up their bum and...
Don't do that.
They could just
I was
squeeze them
thinking
out.
like some kind of miniature strap-on harness. How harsh are you?
You and
Wow.
strap-on. Stop looking at your toy wall next to you, dude.
Have them hold it and just drop it. Pew.
Okay, how many animals are gonna be in porn? I'm not just elephants, but like,
It's
with,
their
all of them.
choice.
with the
How they
furry
make their money is
community,
up to
it's gonna change everything. There's gonna be a demand for intelligent animals in porn.
Rule 34.
Yeah, but now they can consent and they could be in
Yeah.
there. And all these pictures we see of the anamorphic, female cats and wolves, and now those are going to be real, because if you notice Zootopia, they had boobs and only 2.
If we're transitioning into a society where animals are suddenly sentient and human-like, does this mean that human furries now become social outcasts?
Obsolete, yeah.
Well, they're definitely what do they do with cultures when you're not allowed to take
They're
them?
trying to appropriate their culture.
There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, surely now being a furry would be akin to me just rocking up at Ed's for a party in blackface.
Yeah. Honey, you can't shit in that box anymore.
Damn it.
You can't just say you identify as one of them.
Oh, my ears are cultural appropriation. Oh, let me hide them.
There you go. There we go. It's that mask behind you on your closet door, which I guess folks can't see because of the cutout, but there's a
It's
rabbit.
the bunny. Yeah.
Rabbits are going to be so upset.
masquerade.
Do you know how upset rabbits are going to be when they find out you named what after us?
Television antennas?
Kennedy
Yeah,
wants to know,
that-
what's the airspeed velocity of a C4 laden Starling?
African or European?
That's the right answer. Leave it to the Brits and whip that one out.
Good one.
What animals are going to change sporting events? Like gorillas and
cheetah.
boxing? That's a brand new
The
weight class.
Yeah, can't play badminton no more
Can't play badminton?
with the birdie.
Also, I figured giraffes would be great at
So they'd have to
Tennis.
just change
Or
the name like they did with the Redskins, right?
what, Kevin?
Tennis or any sport involving a bat as soon as the octopi get involved.
But there's only one breed that can do it, and they can only do it for like 18 seconds because they're still aquatic. But there is one
They'll move it to
octopus
the
that can move across land, but they have like a limit of like 3 minutes before they
Right
Yeah.
out.
die.
But then they have like a 2.5, 3 minute rally, and then they go and sit on a chair. He'd just have like a fish tank instead.
What about water polo?
Ooh.
Dolphins.
Yeah. Well, dolphins and octopus.
Seahorses. So do they talk too? Is it fish too? Is it aquatic animals?
Well, if we're going by Zootopia rules, no, we're looking at the mammals, I guess. But octopus are pretty fucking intelligent already.
Mm-hmm. That's because they're aliens.
I wrote that into my books. Yeah, Kev. What do you?
Just a thought, but in this new Zootopia world of ours, does somebody who works in pest control just a guy who turns up with a megaphone and goes, "Oi, fuck off"?
Get out of here.
Well, when it comes to rodents, yes, but when it comes to actual bugs, I just imagine the anteater showing up at your house going, "Just point me in the right direction."
You have a rat problem? No problem. Hello, Mr. Boa Constrictor. I've got a 3 o'clock for you.
Yeah. Well, in part 2, they did establish reptiles were intelligent enough to be included. So.
Spoilers.
Oh yeah, yeah, because the big snake wrapped around him wasn't a big giveaway of that.
That could be entertaining though, because again, apologies for being boring, but my knowledge, as you know, of snakes is somewhat encyclopedic. They'd be less intelligent than the other animals, so they have higher functioning brain powers, but they can't understand complex emotions. So they can feel base emotions like fear and anger, but they can't develop the concept of something like friendship, for example. So they'd basically be the Forrest Gump of the animal world.
But they could understand you're useful because you supply things I need.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And people who've kept snakes for years like me will tell you that they don't befriend you, and you never fully trust one or take your eye off one in certain circumstances, but at the same time, they will absolutely get used to your scent, know that you're somebody who's trustworthy and not identified as a threat, or even, if not a source of food, then somebody we associate with where food comes from, you know.
Right.
And we'll be quite happy to see you and come across and show interest in you, yeah.
I'm just imagining the Olympics would be totally different once the gazelle get in track and field. Or imagine basketball once the simians get on the court. And not like gorillas, not the great apes, but like spider monkeys.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
Michael Phelps versus a porpoise.
Yeah, I mean, they're only like 2.5 feet tall, but they still have a 12-foot jump shot.
I'm just thinking of Sing.
Oh, Sing is a great one.
See, that's what continues to go through my mind while we're sitting here talking about this.
What part of it, Ed?
All of it.
I love the
first
movie
one.
Sing.
Love the movie. Yeah, love it.
Got the soundtrack.
He does.
I do too.
And she made me talk like that pig in spandex for months after we watched it.
Yeah, that's what she's into, huh?
Yeah, she was like the sausage.
Andrea would be doing animals.
She didn't make me wear spandex.
How would intelligent animals view programs we've made with talking animals in already?
Oh, wow.
What if this was from the beginning and not just a snap and it happens?
Right.
You know,
true.
Let's decide which one it is. Have they always been part of society, or do we wake up one day and suddenly we realize they've been part of society for 2 years?
God, we can't talk tonight. Damn.
Right?
I actually think there can only be one answer for that. I think it would have to be overnight, because I think if this had happened since the dawn of time and had always been a thing, we wouldn't be the dominant species on this planet. We'd be fucking gone by now.
Gone.
Because the moment the animals have the intelligence to look at us and realize what a threat we are and how the animal kingdom deals with threats, there's no way humanity, with our lack of claws, teeth, we didn't make it to be the dominant species on this planet. We're fucked.
They might not kill off all
of
us.
We live in a kennel in the garden.
But our aggressive ones would have definitely been killed off, whereas the ones that work together.
Planet of the Apes thing again.
Yeah, that's fair. But also the humans lost intelligence. And what's your guys' opinions on the old Planet of the Apes versus the new? Have you guys watched both?
Yeah,
I've not watched all the new ones. I've seen a couple of them.
Interesting concept in the new ones. Other than going out in space and all of a sudden you come back, or you think you came back and apes are ruling. I like the concept of the new one better. But I don't know. There's something about the rawness of the original one. Nostalgia, maybe.
Yeah.
I saw a meme the other day that said that while Artemis is doing its loop around the moon, we have the chance to do the funniest thing ever if we can just find enough ape costumes in time.
That would be so freaking cool.
I just want to see the news commentators dress. Okay, what animals would make good news commentators?
I meant news commentators, but elephants would be the most amazing investigative journalists because they never forget anything. Didn't you say in an interview on the 17th of September at 8:43 in the morning?
Or I imagine at live sporting events doing the announcing, gibbons would be fucking incredible. Imagine them announcing soccer and yelling goal with that big old throat pouch.
Troop of excited monkeys as your cheerleading team. then you could let them do all the things monkeys are famous for, just at the opposition end.
Oh, that would change the game. That would change the game. Man, pandas would not be allowed to be lazy anymore. They'd all be in therapy for depression and shit. You know, you rolled over on your baby and murdered it, get to the bamboo. This isn't right. You need to get better.
So
pandas would be out there sleeping with prostitutes all the time.
Sloths.
You look confused. Have you never looked up panda in the dictionary? It says it right there. Eats, shoots, and leaves.
Uh,
Bum-bum.
so Kennedy says GNUs.
Ah,
The news.
There's no canoes like good canoes with Gary Canoe of the Great Space Coaster, 1978. Wow. I might not be able to talk, but I can recall some vague ass shit tonight.
Oh my goodness.
So let's see, what other crazy shit can we go into? I'm still stuck on the sports. I'm still trying to picture football. Now, the Bedknobs and Broomsticks did this. They had a football/soccer match with the different animals, and then they had like that defensive line of rhinos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, but American
yeah,
football.
that's no longer football. That's Blood Bowl.
That's actually a good point. Is how would sports change? Would they be more violent? Less violent?
Oh yeah. Depends on the sports and who's playing, but yeah, for both.
And also, we have to assume things like chimpanzees, when they hit 13 years old and hit their second puberty, they're not going to go into blood rages. We have to assume that's under control, right? Otherwise, they're automatically drafted into sports at that age.
Or the military.
It's something like hockey, where you've got a legitimate excuse to attack another player for a brief moment in time.
And you get paid for it most of the time.
But can they ice skate?
We'll see.
Give them long enough.
I'm just imagining
We're humans and we managed it.
I'm just imagining horses doing curling, and you just got one walking in front, sweeping with their tail.
I thought you were going to say horses on ice skates, which was by no means the least stupid thing we talked tonight. But
No. Okay, we mentioned the military, so besides like all the birds as drones dropping bombs, what would make ground troops? Because we can now have environment-specific species,
Mm-hmm.
like polar bear Arctic army.
Mm-hmm.
Or,
Yeah, because they wouldn't do well in the desert.
no,
Camel warriors.
right.
Mm-hmm.
But we can have camels that go out there. They have a 2-week supply of water without having a single canteen.
yeah,
And
polar
also-
bears be like Arctic snipers, blend into the background, invisible from just a few feet away.
Or those
I'm
Arctic
just thinking-
foxes.
Okay, war, that's good and well, but what about who's going to be the babysitters? Who's going to be the teachers? Can you imagine those kindergartners? Just saying.
Who's going to be at war, though? That's the interesting question.
Mm.
Who are the two? If we have a war in this society with all of these animals, who are the two sides? Is it going to be just two groups of humans fighting amongst themselves while the rest of the animals stand around going, they're at it again?
Probably. That'll be reality TV. You know how we have documentaries and it's like, oh, he's going to get the gazelle. Well, that's going to be what they're doing with
They're going to be
humans.
like, and this country has now crossed the border into this country. Let's see what happens.
Probably says the mole soldiers would lay mines for sure. Absolutely.
But Kevin, I assume the animals wouldn't be their own countries. They would belong to certain countries. But you're probably right. All the animals might be like, oh shit, we're intelligent now? Look at these motherfuckers.
I'm intrigued to wonder whether animals, given the same level of sentience as humans, would also naturally degenerate towards a state of constant warfare and competition with each other.
No,
Or
I
whether
think
actually they would live in harmony the way they do now, more or less, accepting the laws of nature, where one kills for food rather than for sport or ideology or the borders of a country. Would animals have any vested interest in war?
Well, but for some animals, especially when you get into predatory animals, there still is territory.
Right.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So,
but they also don't kill more than they need. It's strictly a food source. They're not going to kill 3 gazelle when they only can eat one at a time.
But it's intriguing to wonder, though, isn't it? Is that because they see things in a much more simplistic way? And if they developed higher functioning brain power, would they find a way to fall out over differences in ideologies.
I don't think
And-
they would, and here's why. If we look at certain primates, chimpanzees again come to mind, they will actually attack another tribe of chimpanzees and fucking murder them. Take their
Right.
women, kill their children, smash them on the rocks, and just take the women. And there are
just take the
times
women.
they will kill another chimpanzee because they feel like it.
Because they feel like it. Yeah.
So I think that's the human nature is we're poorly wired. We're aggressively wired to do this for no reason. I think the rest of nature has a natural balance. And even when the predators get too numerous and they're starting to run out of a food source, the mothers will often eat their children.
Eat their
Or
young. Yeah.
the single males fuck off and go to a new territory and
Or,
start somewhere else.
Male lions will kill baby lions
Right.
just to prevent another
So
generation
they won't have
rising
the
up to challenge
competition.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't
Did
think
you-
they're. Go ahead.
Speaking about lions, did you all see the video recently? There was an African guy who was involved in The Lion King. I think it's the musical rather than the movies. And he's the guy who sings the famous that bit when they're lifting Simba up for the first time at the beginning of the movie. And they got him to translate the lyrics. And it's, "There's a lion. Oh my God, it's a lion."
Yeah, it was
That's so great.
like slightly more complex than that, but not
Yeah.
a lot.
But that's
But yeah,
Yeah.
Look, a lion. Yeah. Oh, so great.
Okay, what else we got on this topic? If Zootopia was real, what animals would you not want preparing your food?
A raccoon.
I'm just
Monkeys
imagining street gangs of raccoons roaming the night, and
Mhm.
because they'll do it now. You see like 8 raccoons at a dumpster
Yeah.
going through it, and then when you look up,
I-
they don't just fucking run. Do
For
they,
some reason, I just had this image in my head of 8 raccoons, but done up like gangsters from West Side Story with
Yep,
with their
those little
collars
fuckers.
popped, just all sinisterly walking towards you, clicking their fingers in synchronicity.
Mm-hmm. Run.
Raccoons wash their hands, so I wouldn't mind them preparing food.
Okay,
What are they preparing?
I know you could probably say this about any job where having more pairs of hands would count, but I think octopus would make great chefs.
And they'd probably know sushi, wouldn't they?
Probably not.
And they would definitely know, where all the good seaweed is to harvest. Oh, that's another thing. Even if we only included octopus and the other fish didn't have sentience and intelligence, if we included the mammals and octopus, how would our fishing industry change?
Mhm.
Now, this is all assuming humans don't go, holy fuck, a talking gerbil, kill all the animals.
If
You
it
would,
happened overnight,
if you're going to see the integration of animals into the existing human society, you're going to see the integration of prejudice against animals.
mhm.
A lot of people already have certain prejudice against certain animals, whether it's rats, snakes, birds.
Dogs.
Some people are just afraid of all dogs or only one breed of dog.
Ignorance.
Right.
Can I
Right.
pet that dog? Oh, you wouldn't be able to do that. You'd have to ask. Can I pet you, dog?
Oh no, we wouldn't be able to just randomly pet animals. What would
The
white
bear
women
sue
do?
you. The bear would sue you for misspeciesing it.
So, if this was to happen, so could you now charge the dog for assault when he's riding your leg?
No, but you could charge them for a good time.
I think you could do both because, yeah, it goes two ways, doesn't it? If we're going to imply the existence of animal consent for things like living as a pet or animal sex work or whatever,
It all goes for
implies that implies you can also teach a dog the meaning of consent, which means, yeah, now if he's aware it's not appropriate,
I'm just
and goes and does
imagining
it, He's now prosecutable.
Just imagine a hooker on the street going, "Hey, Rover, I got 2 perfectly good legs. Interested? I'll bark like your mom."
Oh, God.
Oh, some rappers would finally be able to call somebody a bitch without getting in trouble.
Truth.
Right. They're like, no, it's how they identify with that word. It's okay. Or maybe we could never use that word again because they're like, that's our word.
That's more likely, yeah.
No,
Right.
the animals would never say that. But the white middle-aged women would say, you can't say that word anymore. That's their word.
Yet another word white people are going to have to awkwardly mumble to while we're singing along to rap music, damn it.
Oh, shit, we're supposed to be mumbling those? I didn't get the white person memo. I mean, I just rapped it out of rhythm. Does that count as mumbling?
Wow.
Yeah, we should end this topic. Closing thoughts?
We are going down the rabbit hole. Boom.
Hey, not allowed to do that without asking first.
That's $50 extra, Ed.
Man, leatherworking where Kennedy would definitely change, right?
Wow.
You know what? Say goodnight, Grace.
I imagine the animals like, oh no, you could still do leatherworking, but we got to be able to include humans in the leather now.
Human leather, yeah.
What kind of price would that go for?
Mm-hmm.
What do they pay now?
That's fair.
To be fair, it'd probably be a cheaper material. No one needs a tramp stamp in the middle of their sofa.
You don't know that.
Have you seen teenage boys humping a sofa?
Not recently, no.
Actually,
not legally.
When I used to do leatherworking, some of our most sought after pieces were pieces that had
the brand
mark on them. That was some of our most sought after pieces.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
A Circle K mark right there in the middle of your $700 vest.
Well, you can have specific tattoos removed and preserved as a piece of essentially leather and gifted to relatives when you die these days.
I'm just going to gift it.
Kennedy says it rubs the lotion on its skin.
Kevin, I'm not going to send it to family and friends. I'm going to send it to people I don't like so they could just freak out when they get a piece of my dead flesh in the mail.
You've met my friend Sarah, haven't you, Travis?
Yeah.
The heavily tattooed one. Yeah, so when she dies, I get her armpits.
Oh, nice.
Until then,
she lifts her arms up like she's got fuck off under that one and cunt under that one.
Is the cunt hairy?
It depends on what time of the month it is.
Was she a werewolf?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. What, Ed?
Nothing.
Okay. Let's wrap this up. Closing thoughts, Andrea.
No.
Ed.
How about you, Ed?
Let's just leave things just the way it is because I'm too much of a meat eater, and I don't want to be limited to just eating one type of meat.
Kevin? Wait, whoa, hold on. Ed, what kind of meat?
Nope.
Kevin?
I think it's an interesting topic. I think you'd lose as much about what we recognise as society now as you would gain in new things, because there's so many things that we take for granted in our second-rate treatment of the animal kingdom that we would have to reassess if they could actually argue back, assuming that we weren't all dead.
There you go. Here's what I say. I'd love to try it. I think it'd be great. Because man, I bet you'd put us in line and make our society calm the fuck down about all the stupid shit. Back to basics. We got it. Okay, folks, thanks for joining us, whether you're here live in Twitch or whether you're listening to this as a podcast, video, whatever. We're going to do a closing toast, so make sure you join us on the next episode for another round. Hey, here's to our lovely furry friends. Don't fuck them.
Cheers.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, all. Thanks for joining us.